The palace bells rang softly one morning, calling the royal household to devotion. Princess Caroline sat quietly by her window, her Bible resting on her lap, though her eyes were far from its words. Her husband, Abel, noticed her silence. "Caroline," he said gently, "you've hardly touched your meal. What troubles you?" She forced a weak smile. "Nothing, my love. Perhaps I am only weary from the night." But she couldn't tell him about the strange shadows she had seen in the corridors, about the whispers that faded whenever she turned. Something was haunting her, and fear sealed her lips. Caroline and Abel had a close friend, Flora, who had been with Caroline for nearly 15 years. She was like a sister, always by her side. Together, they often visited Pastor Ezekiel, a respected man of God, offering him greetings and gifts. One day, Flora approached Caroline. "Caroline, please lend me your gold," she pleaded. "I will return it soon, you know I can be trusted." Caroline hesitated. The gold had been a special gift from her late father. Still, she gave it, believing in Flora's loyalty. But a month passed before Flora returned it. Then, shortly after, the gold mysteriously vanished from Caroline's chamber. Strange things began to plague Caroline and Abel. Food spoiled without reason, quarrels filled their home. Abel was sacked in his workplace, and at night Caroline heard whispers again. "We must see Pastor Ezekiel," Abel said at last. "Maybe God will reveal the cause." The pastor listened and prayed, but his words carried a warning. When gold vanishes, sometimes it is not the hand of men, but the hand of spirits. Be prayerful. Not every friend wears light in their heart. Caroline's heart raced. She dared not look at Flora. But soon the tribulations grew so heavy that Abel declared, "One more night in this house and I will lose my mind. Caroline, we must leave." And so they abandoned their home. Through it all, Caroline carried a secret she had never told anyone. A secret that tied her, her mother Queen Lisa, and Pastor Ezekiel's daughter together. Years earlier, Caroline and Pastor Ezekiel's daughter, Loveth, had been close friends in school. Then came the day the palace sent for Caroline. Her father, the king, had fallen gravely ill. When she arrived, Queen Lisa told her, "If your father is to live, a virgin must be offered." Caroline trembled. Loveth had confided in her before, confessing she was still pure. Caroline begged her mother, "Please, promise me nothing will happen to her." Queen Lisa's face was stern but calm. "Bring her, and your father shall be well." Trusting her mother, Caroline led Loveth to the palace. But when they arrived, everything changed. Later that night, Queen Lisa revealed the truth to Caroline. "Your friend is gone." They needed her head and her blood. Caroline collapsed in tears, screaming, "You betrayed me, you betrayed her." But Queen Lisa silenced her. "If you love your father, you will keep this secret. We have made a covenant, nothing must come out." Caroline obeyed, her heart crushed under guilt. What Caroline did not know was that Loveth's spirit lingered. She had taken Caroline's gold, the most precious possession, as a sign of betrayal. When Flora eventually returned the gold, the calamities began. It was not Flora at all, but the restless shadow of Loveth causing the torment in Caroline's life, demanding justice for her blood. At last, when Pastor Ezekiel prayed over Caroline, she could no longer hold the truth. "It was not my will," she confessed, trembling. "Your daughter and I were in school together. When my father was sick, they told me a virgin was needed. I brought her, believing my mother's words that she would be safe. But they killed her. They used her blood. I was betrayed by my mother." The pastor fell to his knees, weeping. "Loveth, my child. And all this while you carried this in silence." Caroline's tears flowed. "I did not know, Pastor. I swear I did not know they would kill her. Pastor Ezekiel wept. But at last he lifted his hands. The blood of Jesus speaks better things than the blood of Abel. Though the sin is grave, his mercy is greater. Caroline, I forgive you. May God forgive you too. But the damage was done. Abel, broken by the storms and unable to bear the weight of his wife's secret, left her. Caroline was left alone, with only Flora sometimes visiting. Queen Lisa, overwhelmed by guilt for betraying her daughter and spilling innocent blood, took her own life. The king, frail and hopeless, died only weeks later, his sacrifice buying him nothing. And Caroline remained, a princess without a crown, bearing the scars of silence and betrayal. Wrong solutions never bring the right result, and true power is found not in secrets, nor in sacrifices of others, but in truth, integrity, and faith. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.